Begin your pressing techniques using a piece of velvet or pile fabric. This is a needle board used to safely press pile fabric so that it does not scorch or permanently damage the fabric. You lay the soft or piled side down and it will not damage the fabric. Now for your sample, you're going to take a rubber stamp and permanently damage your fabric. This can also be considered surface design. Lay the technical face on top of the rubber stamp and taking care to try not to press the rubber part of the stamp, spend about 30 seconds using steam and heat to press the garment. You'll see that even if you press it from the other side of the garment or the fabric, it will leave a permanent mark. This is a sample of what not to do. Next, we're going to use the pleater board. Start by taking your 6 by 6 inch square of fabric and stuff an edge of the fabric into each of the pleats. You can use one of the sticks to make sure that it gets really smushed down in there, or you can just use your fingers. Try to make it so that the edges line up evenly, but don't obsess too much if they can't fit in there. After doing that, you're going to use the iron with lots of steam to press the pleats. I like to turn this over and then let it cool down or just spend a little time cooling it. Once it's cooled down, you can remove it from the pleater board and set the pleater board aside. Now you're going to re-pleat the pleats as they will come undone a bit after you take it off the pleater board. Hold them together with your hands and press them flat. Let this cool for a moment and head on over to your sewing machine. Once you're at your sewing machine, you're going to make sure that you're going with the pleats so that they press down, beginning and ending with a back stitch at about 1/2 inch of seam allowance. Repeat this on the other side, but do it so that you're going with the pleats rather than against them, beginning and ending with a back stitch. You've completed your pleat sample. Next, we're going to move on to interfacing, which provides structure and stability to garments and fabric. Find the side that has glue dots, or the bumpy side, and lay it on a piece of woven fabric. Make sure that you've got the non-woven or woven interfacing so that you are pressing it directly onto the woven fabric. You'll notice here that the interfacing is exactly the same size as the fabric. After you've pressed it with a bit of steam, make sure that all of the glue dots have adhered and you're done with that sample. Next, we're going to take the knit fusible interfacing and press it onto knit fabric. Make sure that the glue dots are facing down so that you don't get glue on your iron and that the smooth side is facing up. Also note the direction of stretch and make sure that the direction of greatest stretch on your fabric is matching the direction of greatest stretch on your knit fusible interfacing. Now you'll notice that this piece is a little too big. So what I'm going to do is I can either trim down that piece of interfacing or I can use a press cloth. A press cloth can go underneath or on top of a garment and iron. Basically, it's anywhere you think that the glue might go. So you can take practice in putting it on the top and the bottom, and I'm going to show you what happens if you press fusible interfacing onto fabric and or your iron. It's going to stick. Fear not. If you've got a press cloth, then you're good to go. And if you get the fusible interfacing onto your iron, there's something called iron off that smells like birthday cake that you can use to get the glue off. Give it one more press to make sure that all of the edges are seamed. And now we are going to serge the edges in an effort to stay stitch or keep or flatline the two pieces of fabric together. So serge all 4 edges of your knit interfacing to the knit fabric. Now often it's helpful if you do this so that the direction of the serge is the same. So that means on my left and right side of the square, I'm going to make sure that I'm going from top to bottom on both sides. And then my bottom part, I'm going from one end to the other. This may mean that you need to flip over your square of fabric, but otherwise you can just serge all of the edges, choosing whether to trim off a little bit or nothing at all. You've now completed all of your pressing techniques.